Alright, today we are taking a look at another Beast Wars figure. This is Spittor. Spittor, or Spitter, or whatever you want to call him, is a Predacon. It turns into a little poisonous dart frog here. Very cool. The whole figure is made out of this kind of like translucent blue plastic that has like these orange bits painted on, and then the black bits are opaque, but it just makes it catch light in kind of interesting ways. So you can sort of like see through certain parts and makes them a little bit glowy. It's kind of cool. Um, Articulation and frog mode. The front legs here are on ball joints, and the back legs are going to be the robot arms, so they're also on ball joints. And then they've got a hinge here at the knee, and then another hinge. So, like if you could get them on some sort of stand, you could have them in a leaping pose. It's kind of hard to get all 4 feet to actually sit totally flat. I mean, he kind of like balances on his toes. And then even when you get that to happen, the robot mode legs, which are just kind of hanging out underneath here, get sort of like pushed down and out of the way, which is a little weird. But yeah, it works. The one feature that he has in this mode is if you press this button back here, he shoots his tongue out. And I'll explain why the tongue looks so weird in a bit. But it's nice, this nice little spring-loaded piston there. It kind of shoots his mouth open when it does it too. Pretty cool. It's a very neat feature for a little frog transformer to have. Transformation is pretty simple. First you start off by taking the robot mode legs and flipping them down and then rotating them at the knee so they're upright. And then mid-transformation here you can also see his rub symbol that shows that he is indeed a Predacon. Works pretty well. And then you take the whole frog head section here and fold it down, and it'll bring the arms up with it. And then the arms are on these separate hinges that you fold down like that, and you tuck these arms just kind of in the back. And then you take the back legs of the frog and then flip them up on these pieces. And those will become the robot mode arms. And, you know, I've done this a few times and I was like worried about it like scratching off the paint in the eye, but it doesn't touch it at all, so you don't have to worry about it, even though it kind of seems like it's going past that section. And then you can just, you know, rotate down the arms and then extend them, and there you have Spittor in his robot mode. And he's pretty cool. I love the big sort of like gangly frog arms. They're super expressive because they've got these like nice joints. They can't like, he can't like really hold any weapons or anything because they're just like flat-handed, but definitely can get a lot of fun action out of this guy. He's got like ball joints here on the shoulder, ball joints on the elbow, and then a hinge here. Oh, I guess I said that was a hinge in frog mode. It's a ball joint. Then ball joints at the hip, and then ball joints at the knee, and then his feet are on a little hinge here, which is really helpful for getting him to do these like crouched over poses. And then if you wanted to, and you want him to look even weirder, you could take the hands, the front legs from frog mode, and flip them up over his shoulders too to give him these forearms. Like you can't really, you know, do anything with that. Like they don't go much farther than that, and they don't have any articulation aside from the ball joint that they're attached to. But you know, your toy, whatever you think looks best. And then the one really sort of quirky and neat thing about this toy is you might have already figured it out, but the gimmick from alt mode still works, and it's great. So yeah, his head is the tongue in alt mode, which means that he can now like do a super headbutt or like just extend his neck over to be almost as tall as his other team members and just look really stupid. I don't know if they like designed it with this intent of like, you know, if this was like something that they really wanted to happen when they were designing it, but I think it is really one of the fun quirks about this figure that makes it really enjoyable, and is one of the reasons that I was drawn to getting it in the first place. Yeah, it's a great little basics Beast Wars figure. I like these guys that they started doing in the second year a little bit better, that were actually like full articulated, little guys at the scout class or basics, I think they called them back then. Other than like in the first year, all of the ones that were in the basic size basically had the auto transform feature, and like a lot of them are really good toys, but it allows them to sort of diversify what the toys do if they have them actually have full articulation. So I think we got a lot of really fun toys from that second year. I don't think the head, yeah, it doesn't rotate or anything, which is maybe the one thing I would have liked to see uh, extra on this guy. But otherwise, he's great. He's a fun little toy, and yeah, definitely highly recommend him. So yeah, there is Beast Wars Predacon Spittor. Very cool.